That was weird. I think this time we need a bigger egg. Are you my mama? That's it, I'm done.
Hey Rangers, welcome to Super Important Views. My name's Steve and I wanted to make an omelet. But since it says it's not for human consumption, I guess today we'll go over the Alien Egg 6-pack with 3 facehuggers. What we have here is a egg carton, which is something that's actually really funny for these things, which consists of 6 eggs, 3 facehuggers, and is supposed to be used to make like little diorama set pieces for our Xenomorph set that previously come out with Neca, or hopefully it will work with some of the Square Enix aliens as well, or anything of the same size. And this is something I wanted for a little while now. Pretty sure I mentioned this in a previous video that I wanted some alien eggs to go along with my queen, and I feel like Neca listened to me. And I'm actually really excited to get into this packaging, so without further ado, for the egg carton, I love what they did with this alien casing, where it's actually literally an egg carton, which is something I think is really awesome. But then again, they have all these nice little subtle touches for the Weyland Yutani, like with the symbol right here. I love that it actually has an expiration date, so definitely make sure you consume these by June 3rd, 2122. These will go bad eventually. Then for the back, you just get some normal little information. Same with what you generally see on a lot of the toys with the barcodes and whatnot. Nothing too much going on the side. Nothing exciting going on the bottom. But for the top of the packaging, which is something I really love, where it gives you like the nutrition facts, where it has like 71% cholesterol, which don't consume too many of these, even though it's not for human consumption. Ages 17 and up. Also love that they're cage-free eggs, so you know that they actually were not confined. They actually got to have a little bit of freedom, and the queen got to do what she wanted, so that's nice. The best kind of eggs, I feel. And it's from the movie Alien. Warning, choking hazards, not for ages 3 and up, which says 17 and up, so yeah, you kind of figure. Contains 6 eggs, 3 facehuggers, and then you can also peel this back for additional details, which I haven't actually done yet, so I don't know what's back here. So what's on the inside, it just gives you some product information where you have what's inside of the packaging and some of the other figures that are out and coming out, which I cannot wait for the Alien Isolation figures. So let's get this thing opened up out of its cardboard prison. And you know what, I'm just going to open it up on camera because I'm actually pretty excited about this. Bam! Get the plastic wrapping off of here. Crack this bad boy open. And we have our alien eggs, which looks like we get 3 fully enclosed eggs and 3 open eggs with our facehuggers wrapped up on the inside of this, which is actually pretty cool because it gives you a little bit of variety. It's kind of maybe hoping that one of these is actually, like, you get the option like if you want them all open, but still really nice. And getting our little facehuggers out of the wrapping because we'll go over these guys first. Also for the inside of the egg, there's some safe handling instructions to prevent infestation and impregnation, keep all living organisms away from the egg, discard broken, cracked, or open eggs, and run far, far away. Some eggs contain facehuggers, which are most certainly bad for your health, which is probably a good idea to keep away from living organisms, like it already said, and do not look directly into the eggs. So what you get out of the 3 facehuggers is pretty much the exact same facehuggers. The only major difference between these guys is the way the plastic is kind of set for each of these. It kind of gives them slightly different poses, but overall the exact same look, where you have the front legs kind of coming in on themselves and the legs just kind of in more of a running pattern on the sides here. For the front section here, for the main body, the legs are just normal plastic, so they're not going to be any articulation here at all for these things, which is perfectly fine. I kind of wish maybe if it had a little bit, because each of them have this little 2 legs on the front here kind of just bending in on each other, and it might have been nice to have a little bit more variety other than just the way the plastic's set for each of these. But still looks great. Like the skeleton for the top of it looks fantastic, where you get a lot of very nice details here. Also has this very nice gloss finish to it to give it that really nice slick shine, like it just came out of the egg. Also really like the sectioning of the tail here. Literally looks like it's pretty much ripped straight from the film. Like even the under section where you have the membrane on the bottom where it impregnates its host looks really, really nice, and super, super disgusting. But they got a lot of very nice details in there, especially for how small a figure this is. They did a really awesome job of the paint job here, especially with the undersections paint job being a slightly more brown color compared to the top, where it's this very dark tan shade with some blacks here and there to give it that really nice gritty look. Another thing to point out too is that the tail for the back is actually a bendable wire, so you can actually get the tails to pose exactly how you want, which is something that's really cool. but the little bend in it stops right about here, so the tip you're not going to be able to articulate, but the rest of the tail, do whatever you guys please. One thing to mention for the articulation for the tail though real quick is that when it does eventually stop, be very careful not to mess around with this section too much, because when I was trying to pose inside the egg, the wire did pop out a little bit, which I can get it to sit back in there, but it's just something to give you guys a heads up with. Make sure when you're bending the tail here, just do it somewhere closer to the base of the body here and not at the tip, since there's no wire here, and since it's so thin, it is pretty easy to pop out that little wire. And next we'll go over the slightly more boring egg between the two, the enclosed egg, which looks amazing as well. Really love the details on here. Really think they really got the characteristics from the film very well. Where you can even see on the outer portion of the egg, it has a lot of that vine work like what you had seen in the film. And that very bumpy texture, like this thing looks kind of organic but also very hard like a rock, which is something that's really cool. Has those really nice like grated edges. Then for the top section here, you have this nice cross-shaped pattern with the flaps fully enclosed with this really nice brick color here for the top section here, which gives it a very nice contrasting look between the rest of the egg, which is more blacks and dark browns. But the shading that they got on here is very nice, and just like the Facehugger, has a very nice glossy finish to it. Maybe what I like to have seen on some of these guys, because usually when you see it plop down, there's maybe like a little bit of that slime section coming off to the side, attaching it to the ground. That would have been pretty cool, but they still look really nice just the way they sit, and will look really nice next to your queen. And then, for my favorite of the eggs, the open released egg, which has pretty much the same detail work on the outside as the fully enclosed egg, but still looks really nice. Again, love that gloss finish to it. But when you get towards the top, you get this very fleshy pink color for when the flaps have fully revealed themselves. You also get a lot of the nice slime work on the side here too, that's kind of connecting each of the little flaps together. These parts, these little sections of detail look amazing. It's kind of like what I was talking about the other egg, where I would like to see maybe some of that coming off to the side here with a little bit more of the slime. That would have been really awesome, but I still love that they included it with the flap section here, because it should look glossy and sick just like from the film. So when the Facehugger, which grabbing one of the guys that actually will sit in there a little better, it's getting ready to pop out of that bad boy, you want it to look as sick as possible. But on the inside of here too, you get a lot of the same fleshy tones. Very nice skin texture here on the inside of it. It looks very mucousy, very slimy, very awesome. And on the bottom here, if you guys can see it a little better, which I'll grab my light a little more so you guys can get a better look in there, where it has a lot of very oatmeal-y textures on the bottom. Like that literally looks like it's just kind of sitting in oatmeal on the bottom. And then just to show you guys the egg with the alien inside of it fully, and if you actually stay in when I have it sideways, can get him in there pretty well. So he's getting ready to climb out of that bad boy, which looks awesome. You also set him at like varying degrees, because he does sit in there in rather drastic poses, which is something that's really cool. Even if you wanted to mess around with the tail a little bit to get him more like he's about to leap out of there. Like, if I get him to pose. And then messing around with the tail a little bit, you can get him into leaping positions where he actually looks like he's jumping out of the egg, latching onto unsuspecting victims' faces. But it does fall out pretty easily when you're trying to sit in it. I just kind of bent the tail a little bit around just so it has a little bit of grip. But still looks freaking awesome. You even get him looking like he's just starting to crawl out of there, just like you saw with like the newt section, where it's kind of slowly making its way towards the newt and not just... And again, I just love the way you can position these guys inside of these eggs and just kind of get it to work exactly how you want it in your collection. So for some quick comparison, here we have our Neca alien eggs next to the Neca alien queen. And here they are, some more normal Neca alien action figures, the dog alien and the warrior Xeno. And here they are, some more obscure alien action figures with the Square Enix Spitter alien from Colonial Marines and the McFarlane alien. Which I gotta say, for the Spitter, they look really nice next to, especially with his own little facehugger that he came with. But for the McFarlane alien, with the display base right here, with the egg already on it, looks a little off. And here they are with the most important comparison, the Neca Godzilla 1994. So overall with the Neca alien eggs, I think these things are really awesome. Really love the detail work on the eggs and the Facehugger. Even though the bendy tail in the Facehuggers are a little bit scary, but as long as you're careful, should be fine. And I really love this as a total package because the egg carton is actually very funny. I love what Neca did with that, and I kind of wish they would do more stuff like this more often. So I definitely recommend these eggs to you guys, especially if you really love Xenos and don't have high cholesterol, then you guys need to pick up a carton today. But what do you guys think? Have you guys picked up the Alien Egg set? What's your favorite Alien action figure, or is chicken just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. A little closer picture of these guys on Facebook. If you want to click the link in the description below, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe to become a ranger today, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.